Hello everybody. Today I'm going to talk about the new hydraulic controller that is part of Polybridge. The hydraulic controller is disabled by default when creating a workshop level. In order to enable it, you must click the modifiers over here on the right to check the hydraulics controller. When you have that, and if you have hydraulics on your level, then you'll have a little button down here called hydraulics controller. What this does is this allows you to click on here. I can select a hydraulic, and then I can select a phase, and I can then decide whether or not I want any particular hydraulic to run during this phase. Alright, so that's a pretty general idea, but let me try to show you some ways that this can be used really neatly. I've created a little sample map here to I think will help show off a couple different neat things. First off, right here, the A goes first, and then C will go, then E will go, and I need to swap these around. And then G will go last. Alright? So when I have it going right now, without editing anything, it goes up, the car will go across. When the next hydraulic phase occurs, then it will drop, and then the top one goes, and it's going to fall, and things are not going to work. And I think clicking this while it plays will show me the phases. So you see the car moves, then the hydraulic phase goes. This lights up and shows that the car is moving again. Now the second hydraulic phase, car E. And then the third hydraulic phase didn't get to because the E failed. Alright, so there's one easiest way to fix this is to go into here. On the second phase here, I'm going to unclick both of these hydraulics. Alright, so I don't have to do all of them, but I can. I can choose, I can only do one, but then I'm going to create like a tilting bridge, and I don't really want that. So I'm going to uncheck that. I'm going to play again. I got the car, lifts. Alright, now I have a next hydraulic. It basically skipped over because there's no hydraulics. It stayed where it was, and then finally it lowers for the last car. Alright, so that is certainly one feature you can do. It basically, you can decide if you have a big crisscross thing and you don't want things to move in a particular time, you can change that. Another cool feature that is kind of related is that the split joints will now snap to a new location, or if they connect with another split joint, then they can snap to that, and it has to be pretty accurate. So if I change both of these to split joints, if you noticed before, the bridge was rocking as it would go across, and this time it should, when it gets up here, it should snap into place much better, and now it's very firmly in place, and I believe. Oh, okay, so now it goes down again, and things were much smoother than it was before. Alright. So then the last thing I think is pretty neat to do is say I have this car over here, and this is where things can get really crazy. Say I want to make this go up even higher, and I'm going to add a rod here and here. I've already planned this out, and I'm going to make split joints in all these other spots. And then what I'm going to do is the first time, I don't want any of these split joints to go off. If I have all these split joints as yellow, then when I start, first car is going to go across, then my whole bridge is going to fall off. So we don't want that. So I can go to the first one, and I can say I want the top part here to stay connected. And I want the bottom part to break off and this to go up. All right. The next time through, I will going to say that I want to keep I want the top part here to break off, and I want the bottom to stay. Now this road will be in this position at that particular time, but in order to edit it, I have to edit the split joint that the bridge originally split from. So that can be a little bit confusing, but if you do a whole bunch of it, then it will be easier because when things overlap and so forth, you can actually change each one independently. And then last one here, I'm gonna see here. I might do this wrong, and I don't know. I think I need hydraulics to be turned on the second one. And I think this last one needs to mimic the first. So nothing is on except that is off and these are on. So now what I should have is this bridge will lift up, snaps into place, one car goes across, this part, the top part lifts up, it's going to snap there, second car lifts, and then now it lifts again for the final car. Alright, and it broke a little bit. Alright, so that could probably be tweaked around. You just have to, sometimes it will snap a little bit soon, and then the hydraulics will complete, and then it will kind of break your bridge. So you just kind of have to tweak and round and make that work. That's all I've got for that, I guess. So that's pretty much all there is on the hydraulics. You can use the level info, of course, to see. Let me play this with the level info showing. So you got first hydraulic phase, another car, speed this up, next hydraulic phase, car, and then finally we lift it down. And we could, if we go through our particular hydraulics here, we could essentially change which split joints we were choosing to split from to allow the bridge to go down instead of up. So it all depends on when you're splitting from which side and so forth. So there's a whole ton of really cool things you can do. Hydraulics before in PolyBridge, every hydraulic would move and every time a hydraulic phase would happen. So with the exception of split joints dropping off entire sections of your bridge, any bridge could only have two states. There's the state when the hydraulic started or when you built it, and then there's the alternative state after all your hydraulics changed. Well, this is all completely out the window now. You can, by selecting all the different hydraulic phases, you can have essentially an infinite number of different shapes that your bridge can take. So I hope we will see a whole lot of really cool designs with this and a lot of cool levels in the workshop for people to play around with. So thank you for watching this video. I'm going to create another video shortly, which will be discussing the events and how to create this and what it means and how to read it. So thank you very much, and goodbye.